Listener discretion is advised. Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Loveline, coast to coast.
Yep, it is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. There's Dr. Drew over there. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. Jerri Manthey is our guest tonight. She is, of course, Jerri from Survivor. She's got a real good-looking one with a lot of hair, who you guys definitely know from Survivor.
That's
yeah.
Nice.
Well, it's true. And what the hell? How'd you keep that hair going during that shoot?
I have no idea. I've been asked that a lot by women with curly hair. I really don't know. I was sure I was going to get out there and look like Tina Turner at some point, but I got lucky.
You know, every time I saw Survivor, all I could really think about is, what if I got a white head? And would I walk around with that white head on my face?
You wouldn't know it.
Yeah, for 6 weeks.
Right.
I mean, would somebody tell you? Did you?
The camera guys?
Did people groom other people like what chimps do with each other?
You know, we kind of made a pact at some point to, you know, let the other one know if there's something in your teeth, you got a booger in your nose, something like that. Because there's cameras everywhere, and you don't want to, you know, you don't want to make a fool out of yourself.
How much filming went on an average day?
Oh God, there's always 2 beta cams running and like 4 to 5 digital video cameras, handhelds, running around 24/7.
Oh really?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So I mean,
lots of
so you
fun.
wake up in the middle of the night, there's still a guy running a camera.
Yeah, they had the infrared thing going on.
My God.
so they would have people standing
man,
around.
I'm just thinking about what that would look like in your life. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, the humanity.
It's
Can you
crazy.
imagine a camera on you 24? Oh my God.
It's frightening.
And what did you bring? I mean, what
As
was
my
the-
luxury item?
Yeah.
A bongo drum.
Really?
Yeah.
The hell's that
Well,
for?
they don't let you take things that would actually work.
Help you, yeah.
Like you can't take knives, you can't take any toiletries.
I talked to Mad Dog, and she said the greatest luxury she had was being menopausal.
Oh,
Yes, Adam, yes.
Yeah.
And that the little Survivor bandanas became multi-purpose.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God!
That's what
Sounds
she
like
said.
That, she would say
Yeah.
that,
Would it
and
have
that's
been-
why we love her, because she doesn't change for anybody. She's not embarrassed.
I mean, they didn't give you tampons?
Oh yeah, of course they did.
Oh, they did?
Of course. They have to. I mean, that would give the men way too much of an advantage.
Yeah.
And they already had an advantage, not having to deal with their cycle.
Yeah, except for they had to live with the women who were. Oh, yes, under the same tarp. I mean, could you imagine? It's
all cycling together.
Yeah, I mean, you can't make it from with your wife from South Pasadena into Brentwood in a luxury SUV without going insane when she's on the rag, right?
No.
Could you imagine being stranded out on some
But she and a couple of
patch of
friends.
sand?
Oh my God.
Did you guys sync up at all, or were you there long enough?
No, we didn't. See, some of the girls thought that by taking the pill through their whole period, they wouldn't get their period, and they ended up getting it the entire time they were out there.
Because of the diet problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were losing weight and they weren't eating.
Yeah, it was, and the crazy part is that all of us are still dealing with trying to get our bodies back on cycle.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, just that cycle. But nutritionally and all, you feel okay, you feel good.
No, and maybe I could talk to you about this a little.
Yeah.
The physical effects of this thing
Gotta be
were
profound.
so brutal.
Yeah.
And it's taken months and months to like be able to digest food normally again.
Huh.
Yeah, because when you starve yourself and you start eating again, you just like
Yeah.
blow up like a balloon, and that's
yeah.
quite frightening.
Did they have someone follow you or monitor that or anything?
No.
That's not so smart.
That was my main concern, actually, when they asked me if you could change one thing. I was like, you guys really need to get a nutritionist on board. Because we had no idea what was going on with our bodies.
You guys were going to start eating rice for 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was horrific.
What's the worst thing you ate? What did you eat during that grub challenge where you had to spin that thing around? What did you put in your mouth?
It was a mangrove shellfish.
Oh.
And it was very similar to an oyster, but it was like 5 times the size. It had a tail about
long?
6 inches long.
God.
And it had cartilage inside of it. So when you chewed it, it crunched.
Oh.
It was pretty bad.
I can barely eat jumbo
Did anybody
shrimp.
blow chow at that point?
No, I sucked it down. I got it down, but I gagged a couple times.
Was there something else? Did you do 2 or just the 1?
I just had to do 1. There were some people that had to do 2. and there were a couple things on there that were they were horrible. There was this big yellow bug. It was about 6 inches long.
Yeah.
Had big eyes and pincers. That was the only thing
Somebody had to eat that?
No, no one had to. But someone had to eat a really large grasshopper.
Yeah, it's so painful. You know, I didn't. Well, I know why you would put yourself through it. Well, did you do it for the money? Did you do it for the challenge? Did you do it for the exposure, or all the above?
I actually applied for the first one before anybody knew it was going to be this huge hit. And the reason I applied was because of the whole adventure aspect. Because I go camping a lot.
You do?
Yeah, I do. And to push myself physically and mentally to that degree it just enticed me.
Really?
Yeah.
Why don't you just sit out in your yard for a weekend and not eat anything?
Because you know what? No, because there's no way. If you know it's in there, you're going to eat it.
Yeah.
But when you're out there, you're craving things, and you know you can't have them, and there's something, it almost drives you to a point of mania, which is what happened to me when I was craving chocolate. I about lost my mind.
Did you, have you gotten offers from Playboy and other places like that? I mean, I'm sure you have. Yeah?
I'm negotiating with
Oh, really? Yeah, smart. Yeah. Now, here's the thing, though. I mean, you have to kind of strike while the iron is hot, correct? You can't let too much time go by.
Yeah, there's definitely a period of time that I think people are really after all of us. But with me, it's a little bit different because I was doing the acting thing before I even went on Survivor.
Right.
And so I've kind of gone through the process of rejection.
Are you going to do it?
Absolutely.
Oh, good.
Absolutely. This is a great opportunity for me.
Well, would you have done it? Would you have done Playboy, you know, a year ago for 10 grand?
No.
You wouldn't have?
No.
Would you have done it for 50 grand?
Remember, it's not for the money, right? And it happens to be she can get a lot of money, but she's doing it because it.
No, you're doing it for the money.
Momentum going.
Well, she wouldn't have done it for the 10 grand, though.
Well, it's just a matter of can they give me what I want from the deal, and not just monetary, but also creatively as well. I see this for me as a way to express myself as a woman and make a stand.
Well, what do you? I mean, everyone looks good in that magazine, right? I mean, they take women in their mid-50s that come out looking pretty good. I mean, they're going to put you in a Survivor. They'll put you in a Survivor motif, won't they?
No.
No, you don't want that?
No, this has nothing to do with Survivor, if I in fact do it.
But they will advertise you as Jerri from Survivor.
No, they can't.
They can't?
CBS wouldn't let them.
That sounds like CBS.
So is that part of your contract with CBS?
I'm still in a huge contract with CBS. They pretty much own me for a little while.
And so if you did Playboy, it'd just be Jerri,
Jerri
from where?
Manthey.
Right, but you kind of, wouldn't they have to?
No, people know. But that's saying from Survivor, people know.
All right, what kind of money are we talking about?
I can't discuss that.
How come nobody? I talk about whatever money anyone pays me on this show. What do you care? The
I didn't pay you crap, that's why.
No, but people have asked me what I've gotten paid for, like those crappy phone commercials I did.
And you tell them? Because I think that's nobody's business.
Who cares? I got paid $250,000. I did like 5.5 commercials. That's why I did it.
Wow, that's pretty good.
That's not bad.
That's nice.
Right. And but if you're on TV or you're doing radio, I mean, don't
he whined about it?
Get paid?
Wow.
He wanted residuals.
No, I did not. How dare you? I thought they were idiots for paying me. I just want to know, it's not like the tax man isn't going to find out. It's not like you got to worry about it. We're in the six figures.
I can't discuss it.
Why can't you? Does someone tell you?
Because they're still negotiating.
Yeah, it would hurt me if I discussed numbers right now.
There's a weird stigma in this society about that. Where I come from, you make money, you brag about how much. You get a nice pinky ring. And you gold anodized the hubcaps of your Cadillac and a nice big fur fedora and a purple duster.
And you're the kind of guy that leaves town and tells everyone you're going out of town, too, right?
Under $1 million or above $1 million?
I'm not going there.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going there.
I'm thinking about $500,000. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm not going there.
Really? Huh? And you wouldn't have done it otherwise. I mean, this is for the money.
No, it's not. It's not.
Why do it then?
Because
why negotiate? Why don't you just take what they give you?
Well, I'm not stupid.
All right, so it's for the money. And that's the other thing,
it's
too.
Not.
Why can't people just admit they do stuff for
because
money?
Because it's not. There's more to it for me than that. It's. I mean, I think Playboy is a very respectable magazine, and I think
right.
It's an opportunity to be immortalized.
Right.
You know, in 20 years, I probably won't want to take my clothes off for anybody.
And we won't want you to take them off.
Well,
but
do whatever I can.
But it's for the money, or you wouldn't be negotiating so much. All right. Well,
it's also for creative control.
All right. Matt?
Yeah.
You're 16.
Yeah.
It's not for the money. Now, what's your question?
My question is, every time I ejaculate after waiting to masturbate for a while, like, it feels like it's solid.
How long? How long do you wait?
About a week or a little longer.
Wow.
At 16?
Yeah.
That's a lifetime. What are you thinking? What happened?
You mean there's like chunks in it? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, there's chunks, and it seems like it's all one long string, but then it kind of breaks up.
Ooh.
Wow.
Bad time.
I have never heard of anything.
That's a new one on me, too. The chunks certainly have heard of.
What kind of diet do you have?
A normal diet.
This is sort of stagnant semen syndrome.
Why don't you get going more than once a week? That's light for a 16-year-old.
Yeah, keep the pipes moving.
That's right.
Well, I was thinking, I mean, obviously I don't know, or else I wouldn't be calling you, but I was thinking maybe waiting that long, like, clogs it up or something.
Well,
well, listen, if that's what your theory is, why don't you try to test your theory by putting yourself down for 3 or 4 times a week and see how it works?
Well, actually, this hasn't happened for a while.
He hasn't made it that way. There's nothing to worry about, okay? Relax. I'm sure it's fine.
All right?
Yeah, thanks.
All right.
A reminder from God.
He's a real genius, this kid.
Cut down on carbohydrates.
It's always funny when I get angry at the teens for not masturbating enough. Heather?
Yeah?
You're 17?
Yes.
What's up?
Let's see, I've got a couple questions. One, the last couple guys that I've dated, like, had this really big thing with sex, you know, and I enjoyed, like, you know, pleasuring him or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy that I'm dating right now, I like him a whole lot, and he's not really into, I mean, he likes to have sex and everything, but he's not into, like, as often as, you know, like my previous boyfriends.
And what's the question?
So it's like, so it's kind of hard for me to, like, get off of it. Like, I'm really into sex, you know? But at the same time, like, after I'm done having sex, like, I feel bad about it because, I mean, it's not necessarily, like, he doesn't necessarily want to, but it's like he's doing it more that I want to than that he wants to. I mean, this isn't, like, all the time, but this is...
How often are you guys actually doing it?
Probably 3-4 times a week.
And why does it make you feel bad to initiate?
I don't know, because sometimes he's just not in the mood. And
yeah, but that's fine. But guys go through that all the time. Well, so
I know, but women don't want to press it. I mean, they want to be desired.
But that's right. And usually what women will do when they don't like to initiate is they won't. But she goes ahead and then feels guilty about it. And that's my point, is that, hey, that's okay. Why feel bad about
I'm getting a little more of a vibe off of Heather.
That's where I'm going. I know, I understand.
Why don't you go there, though, John?
All right. So
how old is this guy?
He's 19.
19.
Uh-huh.
And you've had a few boyfriends.
Uh-huh.
Do you think you're sexually addicted?
Kind of.
Compulsed. And see, what I think is these other guys participated with her in the compulsion. And that sort of supported her thing. And then now she's confronted with a more real relationship with their real feelings. And she's conflicted and feels guilty and doesn't know how she feels about her sexuality all of a sudden because you can't just use it compulsively the way you used to.
Also, sometimes when guys feel a little bit of compulsion sprinkled in with that sexuality, they freak out a little and try to get a little distance. Heather, were you ever sexually abused?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're getting somewhere.
When I was like 2 by a girl, which is...
Okay. Have you been with women?
Well, kind of. I mean, like, I've made out with them and stuff like that, but that's my other question also.
Which is?
I've actually, like, when I'm, like, getting off, you know, when I masturbate, like, I think about, like, girls, but I'm hetero, I'm completely hetero.
I mean, the way to think about this, Heather, but the way to think about this is that somebody sort of soldered your wires together at a premature age, okay? And the kind of arousal that resulted in was caused by a female. And so naturally enough, a lot of your sort of sexual arousal when you hit puberty then comes directed to the female. That's sort of how that works.
How old was the female that molested you?
Well, she was sexually abused too. I think I believe she was like 7 or 8.
Yeah, that's usually what happens. The child sexual abuse is very, very common.
How about after that?
You get raped or anything? You never got raped or anything like that?
Well, no, but I did have sex a lot with this one guy that kind of like mentally abused me.
Yeah.
All right. Where's your dad?
My dad. I don't live with my dad, but we have a really good relationship.
How was it like when you were living with him?
It was good. He cheated on my mom a lot. So.
All right. You have all kinds of great feelings about men, probably.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's good. It's a full plate there, you know, and it's natural enough that you have conflicted feelings.
This is what the guys are feeling, by the way. I mean, they don't know how to sort it out, but they're feeling like this weird energy that's more than sex, and I think it freaks them out sometimes. And if you can find another guy who's a little bit screwed up,
that's what she's had.
She'll dive right in.
That's what she's had. Last couple boyfriends. She's had other compulsive guys.
This new guy's probably not as whacked out as your other guys.
He's a really great guy.
Yeah, it's a real relationship, and that's why all these funny feelings, because you're really having a relationship. You're not just using sex as a way of gratifying some feeling.
Well, I dated him like 2 years ago when I was 15, and we broke up, but I mean, I haven't talked to him for like 2 years, and then we got back together, so.
All right, well, just listen. Stay with the guy. We think things are fine. Don't feel guilty when you initiate sex. Realize he's going to push back a little bit because you've got a little excessive energy around sexuality. You sexualize everything, right? Because you're sexually abused.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really want to do something about this, get some treatment.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right, Heather.
All right, talk to you guys later.
Yeah, it was like I was just thinking that's like a sensible little call. Had a little beginning, middle, end, some actual advice.
You actually look kind of shocked.
Nothing entertaining about it, but well, we may have just helped somebody. Very rare here on Loveline.
Aw.
You may be our good luck charm.
Aw.
Brandon?
Yeah.
What's up?
I was wanting to know, my girlfriend, she has she has like a period like every like 5-6 months. If she doesn't have a period that often. And I was wanting to know what her chances are of getting pregnant.
Wow.
Well, if you have sex
like
with her, not having a period regularly.
She hasn't had a period in a while.
Yeah, but just because she doesn't have a period doesn't mean she doesn't ovulate.
Yeah, that's what she told me. She never knows when she's ovulating.
That's right. So she can get pregnant anytime. She's obviously a little less likely, but it could happen anytime.
Yeah, we've only been together for like a couple of months now, but she hasn't had a period in about like 5 months.
Yeah, well, do not think it's game on. She still needs to get on the pill. You guys need to use condoms.
Hey, does she still have any kind of mood during any time of the month?
No. Basically, she has like a consistent mood. I mean,
wow.
Was she evaluated?
Wow.
She's been evaluated for this?
Where do I sign up for that
from? Like doctors, because like a couple times before when she had a period, she bled pretty badly, and she's been to doctors before.
All right, so she's been looked at and like serious going on. Some women have real irregular periods.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, is this like normal? I mean,
it's not normal, but doesn't necessarily mean there's something drastic.
Well, we hear about it all the time.
Not normal.
Jerry, you're really ramped up in this whole period thing.
I'm amazed.
That what? That someone cannot bleed for 5 months?
Yeah.
You can get on that Depo-Provera and not bleed for as long as you can?
No, I don't believe in pumping unnatural hormones into my body. If they're not in there already, they're not getting in there.
Well, what do you use for birth control? I mean,
condoms.
Condoms?
Yep.
All right. Well, I don't use condoms, so this is going to be an issue. This is going to be a serious stumbling
How
point.
often do you get tested?
Drew gives me tests every night. Is that right, Drew?
Yeah, the dipstick.
Every night. Listen, we'll start with oral sex, and then we'll just kind of work our way into other things. We'll see where the relationship goes.
No, let's ask you some questions about Survivor, because everybody wants to know about that.
Go ahead.
Now, did you have a relationship with Colby? Really?
No.
Did that ever get going? Or?
No, it didn't. It didn't.
Do you think that was just being alone on the island with someone versus, was it strategy? Or was it just boredom?
Drew, what an allegation.
No, I could
strategy.
Well, I mean, initially we were attracted to each other.
And you think if you guys had been at a busy bar that would have been there too, or is that just because you were on desert island alone?
No, I think we kind of gave off the same energy, and it was attractive to both of us. But when you're playing this game, there's no trust.
Right.
And for me, that's the basis of everything.
Yeah.
So when you start looking at someone and you start wondering why they're saying and doing the things that they're saying and doing, then I just kind of...
Did he have a girlfriend back wherever he was from?
I think he has many girlfriends.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't trust that guy. You know why?
He knows how to work a
Yeah,
room.
you know why? Because he's one of these good-looking, athletic-type guys who plays it off like he doesn't think he's much of anything.
Right.
Very interesting angle.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
Oh, you don't?
I think he was kind of
Still loves
a
that.
nerd at some point. And I think...
Well, he may be... He may
compensation for that.
Yeah, he blossomed, and I think now he's out of control.
Well, but he's not an egomaniac. He plays it off as sort of humble and homespun, doesn't he?
Editing is a very powerful storytelling tool.
Well, But doesn't he try to come across that way?
Oh, yeah. You know what? He's very charming. He's very charming.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He is a nice guy.
I don't mean that he's not evil or an evil geek.
Yeah.
Deep inside. I just mean he's playing it right.
Yeah. No, you know what? I'll totally give him kudos for that. He knows how to work a room.
Yeah.
He really does.
So did you fall in love with him?
Oh, God, no.
Really?
It takes me a while to fall in love.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't have done it? You think you couldn't have done it in a few weeks?
Fallen in love or had sex?
Oh, whatever. I mean, you could have developed a pretty major crush on the guy.
He wasn't that perfect.
All right. Now, listen,
I just, you know what, I was attracted to him, and I have no qualms about flirting with someone if I'm attracted to him. But it got weird with cameras around, and, you know, and he said things to me off camera that didn't make the show, that kind of led me on.
Yeah.
And he played me.
Like what?
Like
really what did he say? Like when we get off out of this place, we're going to get together? That kind of stuff?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, you guys were talking about dating or going out or getting together when you... I kept wanting to say get off the island, but get off the continent.
We did have a conversation.
Really? Yeah, at what point of the show or of your stay, like what day was that? How far into it were you?
Like a couple days.
Really?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
How many days total were you on the continent, or were you in the outback?
27.
No, it was you, or the whole show took 27 days?
The whole show is 42 days.
Yeah.
Right.
I was out there 27, but I made the jury, so I had to come back every 3 days up until the final 42 were over.
And when you left, did you think there was going to be something going on with you and Kobe?
No.
No? You figured it out by then?
Yeah, because I noticed that he was kind of throwing flirtations to other girls out there.
Yeah.
Well, it seemed like by the time you guys were on that thing you did where you stole the coral, and violated international laws.
Yeah, which is why I didn't take any.
Oh, he took it?
He took it, yeah.
There's already some boundaries and stuff. But
yeah.
It was clear. I mean, it wasn't too weird, was it, at that point? Or what?
No, he was still flirting with me, even then. And, you know, like I said, I can give him full credit for playing me the way he did.
Yeah. Hey, you're kind of angry at him, right?
No, I'm not angry.
Think he's a dick?
No, I'm not angry at him. I'm kind of disappointed. Because I don't think it was necessary in the context of the game to play that kind of game.
Oh, you think that was strategy on his part?
Well, I never voted for him, so it might have been. But some of the things he said were unnecessary.
Wow.
Yeah. I was a little bit hurt. A little bit hurt by it, but...
But you're okay now?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm doing quite well, actually.
Good. You attracted to either me or Drew at all? Not really?
Maybe.
A little bit?
I don't know. I don't know you well enough.
All right.
Takes her a while.
Oh, yes. All right. We will take ourselves a little break. Jerry from Survivors, our guest tonight. When we come back, we'll speak to Tom. Tom is 20. His girlfriend wants to put her vibrator up his butt.
Oh, my God.
This is Shaggy, Mr. Lover front and person, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Got it going on up close and personal.
Wow, that's a liner.
I love that Shaggy.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
He's the one you like.
Yeah.
Jerri Manthey is our guest tonight. She is the beautiful, long, curly-haired one from Survivor, which... well, everyone knows about Survivor.
Now, why do you think people sort of turned on you? Just for your buddies.
Well, I think I think some people tend to be threatened by women who take control of a situation. Because personally, I don't think I did anything out there that rubbed anyone the wrong way.
You watch footage of the show since you've been on?
Yeah, I watched it right along with everyone else in America, and watched, this basically character of me turn into this total bitch. And I sat there with everyone else going, oh my God, I am a bitch.
Yeah,
but
Drew was saying that. I thought you were great, but Drew said, boy, what a bitch. But I defended you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
By saying, which one's Jerry?
Oh, please. I watch the show religiously. But, everybody we speak to who has done this sort of thing, or who was on one of these, MTV shows, or, all this Real World and all this stuff, says it's all in the editing. I mean, that was not me, or they basically constructed a sort of collage that became me via sound bites and bits and pieces.
Yeah, well, I've never gone on record, nor will I, to say that what you saw on the show isn't me, because it was in fact me. It was me starved and sleep deprivated.
Right.
And
so you were irritable.
I was so irritable.
Yeah.
And I was around people who were afraid to take control of the situation and improve the situation. Whereas with me, if I see something that needs to be done, I'm not going to sit around and wait because I'm afraid that someone else is going to judge me. I'm going to stand up, I'm going to take control of the situation, and I'm going to do whatever is
Make
possible.
no mistake about it, people would all consider you a bitch if you
I would get someone to do something if I knew
but they would think
something
you were
needed to be
a bitch,
done.
please.
I would be such a commodity on that.
Oh, for God's sake.
First off, they
He'd
could...
be a hero, though.
Yeah.
If he did what I did, he'd be called a hero.
That's right.
Interesting.
They could all knit wool caps from the hair on my ass.
Wool caps. Like shag carpet.
Oh, no, I'm frightened.
Throw rugs, shawls. We'd all be in great shape. The number one, at least my vibe is the number one a-hole on the island was the chef guy. Was that Pete? Keith. Nobody trusted him. Nobody liked him. Why is that?
He asked last night, how come he stayed on the islands? Wasn't that you asked that? No, why he stuck around so long?
He stayed around for a while, but...
Because he kissed the right asses. That's why.
Did he have alliances or something early on? Or?
He bonded with Tina and Colby, period. And believe you me, he drove them just as crazy as he drove me.
We could see that.
Yeah.
I watched a few of the episodes. I always heard people bitching about him and not trusting him, but I never really saw him do anything. I just saw everyone hating him.
I know, a lot of that got left out.
Did he deserve that much? I mean, was he that big an a-hole?
He was just very condescending, and I don't tolerate that. If someone, belittles me for, maybe because I'm younger than they are or because I'm a woman, I get very defensive. And he kind of talked down to everyone because he was the eldest male in our tribe.
But he did the cooking, right? Or he did it half the time. I think the thing was the only guy's claim to fame was that he could cook, and then everyone complained about his cooking.
Yeah, it was.
But to be fair to him, just having stream water and rice, not a whole lot to work with.
No, it's not. That was my point. It's rice. Why can't you even make rice?
Screwing that up. Did you eat any vermin?
No.
No rats or anything like that?
No, I wish there would have been rats out there.
Really?
I would have been eating rats left and right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're just starving for protein?
Yeah.
It was the most horrific thing I have ever been put through.
Huh.
Yeah.
The starvation part.
Yeah. I mean, I've never been in a situation where I go to bed hungry, I wake up hungry, and you crave food all day long, and you can't have it. There's something.
You didn't get the later part too, where they were clearly getting ill. I mean, they were having problems.
Yeah, when I left, there was 1 cup of rice left.
And what about booze and weed? None of that either, right?
We did get some wine when the tribes merged.
Oh yeah.
We sat on our new camp. We opened up this big crate and it had wine in it and cheese and crackers. And, oh my God, it was heaven.
And Mountain Dew and Doritos.
You could probably,
that was later.
You'd probably get a pretty good buzz going if you hadn't
we were all trashed.
solid food in 2 weeks.
Oh, just a little bit of wine.
We were trashed. And there were some people who don't even drink, and they were just right in there drinking it with us.
Just
sure.
Carbohydrates.
Calories.
Yeah.
Tom?
Yeah.
You're 20?
Yep.
What's up?
Okay, like, I don't know. Well, first of all, I want to say, Jerry, I do not want to have mad monkey sex with you and all the other crap people were saying yesterday. I think we should ban that. That's, like, ridiculous. So, anyway.
Why were they saying that yesterday?
Yesterday, when that guy from Blink was on, all the chicks calling up, I want to make mad monkey love to you and whatever.
They were talking about the drummer.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I think that's stupid when people call in to do that.
Good. All right, Tom.
All right, anyway.
You want to talk about putting a vibrator in your ass?
Boy, do I hate our callers. I hate them so much.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
I do hate them. I hate all of you who call this show.
Go ahead, Tom. I'm listening.
So my girlfriend wants me to put her vibrator up my ass.
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't.
That's what she's been asking me to do.
No, you know what? I buy it.
How does that make you feel, though? Do you want her vibrator in your butt?
No, I mean, like,
there's not even a little part of you that wants to try it?
No, well, for her sake, but to a degree, but I'm just like, I'm like, the first time she mentioned this to me, I thought she was joking, and she's like, no, seriously, because, she's got this thing with toys, and we've never used toys before, and she's mentioned it, and I thought, well, maybe we could start using it.
Is this a vibrator or a dildo?
A vibrator.
I see. Easier, more ass-friendly, I would say, than the dildo.
Really, that's nice.
Yeah, because a vibrator traditionally is much more streamlined.
I see.
It's sort of the difference between taking the Concorde in your ass and a jumbo jet, 747. Yeah, much sleeker.
You seem to know a lot about it.
Yeah. I can't figure out whether Tom's full of crap or I just hate him. Or like bi or some kind of mess.
Whatever it is, no. Whatever it is, what's the purpose of this question?
I'm trying to figure out, like, is this like, she told me that, like,
it's not normal.
Turned her on. She said it was the idea was the same thing to girls as, like, two chicks together in bed.
You know what? Listen, women read way too much crappy women's magazines that suggest as a G spot for the man that reach somehow through the anus, which is a bunch of BS.
Yeah.
And somehow she needs that kind of bizarre arousal in order to get going. Yeah. Relax. If you don't want to do it, don't do it.
Let him try.
Or not, whatever.
Why not? And then what's she going to do with it? She can't use it anymore after you've soiled it, right? She's got to throw that thing out.
Isn't anal sex bad for you, though?
It's not good for you.
Yeah, it seems like it would be damaging.
Well, it's bad for your soul.
God
that's
sheds
for
a tear.
sure.
Yeah, but
it makes the baby Jesus cry. Yes,
no.
it does.
But
they've done tests.
Yeah, we're starting to see problems now. We're starting to see fissures and tears and problems.
I'm sure.
And listen, when people when they're young, they don't acknowledge the biological reality of who they are.
Well, you think your anus will be 20 for the rest of your life.
They think their anus will be 20 forever. And
I just had this conversation with my grandmother. She's 85 and told me, she's paying the price.
You don't want an 85-year-old anus.
You don't want that. No. Well, her doctor said she had the anus of a 71-year-old, so it was very high praise.
Okay.
The whole deal with that area is if something does go wrong, you get no sympathy. You only get laughter from your peers.
From everyone.
That's why. Sure. I had what turned out to be a carbuncle around that area at one point.
20 years ago. Still laughing about it.
No, I got another one later on. I was like 29. It was 7, 8 years ago. Yeah. And I was telling you about this.
This is one that you lanced yourself?
I thought I had I lanced both of them myself. Thank you. Yes, no need for the medical profession, all quackery. But am I turning you on? I thought I had a hemorrhoid, okay? I'd never had one before. My idiot friend Ray had me rubbing Preparation H on my carbuncle for a week. It wasn't doing anything for it. Like $80 in Preparation H. But the point is I was working as a boxing instructor, and I had to call into the gym and tell them I couldn't make it, and they wanted to know why, and I told them because my ass was on fire. And they laughed their ass off. Not an ounce of sympathy from anybody.
Of course not.
So I'm saying
that's the kind of thing you lie about.
I should have lied.
But
you know what? I
fell down the stairs.
I didn't want him to think that I drank too much the night before and was hungover. I want him to believe that I wasn't coming in because I actually had.
In other words, no one is going to use a carbuncle on the ass as an alibi.
Nobody uses that.
You know what I love?
My ass is still sore from my last boyfriend.
What I love is that Jerry is going to do all the talk show rounds, and here she is on Loveline talking about
a carbuncle
and vibrators.
You know what, though? I appreciate the originality.
Thank you.
I really do.
You will not find this in any other talk show.
No, you're absolutely right.
I'm very proud.
It's a big man to talk about his hands. Alex?
Yeah.
You're 18?
Yes, I am.
What's up?
Okay, so I was wondering, I wanted to get breast implants because I have a 34A, but I can't even fill out the cups because, I have like a wide, like kind of like rib cage, but like I have really small breasts, like really small.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering,
Are you doing it for yourself or are you doing it to impress a man?
Oh, no, I don't have a boyfriend or anything, so it's just for myself because it's kind of embarrassing. My boobs are really small. So I just I would want to know, what are the complications of that kind of surgery?
Well, it's a surgery. It's people occasionally die from them. There are infections, bleeding, complications of anesthesia.
No,
it's a big deal. It's a common procedure.
Not that big a deal.
Yes, it is. Have you ever hung out with someone after they had breast surgery?
It hurts.
No.
Yeah,
I've never seen someone in so much pain.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable.
Really?
Yeah.
Who have you hung out with? Was it the chef guy who put the breast implants?
I do have a life outside of Survivor.
You do? Oh, yeah. I see. You don't just hang around with those guys.
Absolutely.
And this person was in a lot of pain for how long?
She was on painkillers for about a week.
Yeah, the first couple of days are pretty bad.
Hugely swollen and crying, and her boyfriend had to hold her in his arms, and...
You couldn't grab them either, right?
No.
Alex?
Uh-huh.
Listen, I know everyone sits around and talks about, society and pressures and being a young lady and all that good stuff. But, if you have an A cup and you're pretty small and you want to do something, it's doable. I talked to Dr. Marcel, who's Dr. Drew's buddy, plastic surgeon guy. He's the guy who wears the pinky ring and the Italian horn chain. That's really the difference between the plastic surgeons and the internists. The plastic surgeons wear more jewelry and have the year-round tan.
The sweatpants.
They're the pimps. Yeah, sweatsuit. Yeah, the pimps of the doctor world. He didn't say too many good things about the through the belly button.
Oh yeah,
technique. By the way, just FYI, he didn't have too much good to say about that. Probably because he didn't know how to do it, but he didn't have anything good to say about that. But if you're interested, go look around and consult some plastic surgeons, and look at their books and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah, they take work afterwards too. If you have to, they encapsulate. You have to prevent them from scarring. They move around. They have to be redone often. Most of the time.
Let me tell you fellas too. I tell guys this all the time. You'd be proud of me. Women think that all guys want is huge jugs, and that is not true.
Oh, I don't think so.
Not true at all.
I've never had anyone complain.
Yeah, and most guys want a average or nice looking, but they don't want huge novelty ones.
Well, where's that vast majority of guys other than yourself?
No, I like the big jumbo novelty ones.
I understand.
Well, that's me.
Yeah, some guys like legs, some guys like butts.
Right.
Everyone has their own body preference.
I look at the legs as a stand to hold up the boobs. That's how much I enjoy boobs.
Oh my God.
Yes. I like boobs, and I will not apologize for that, and I believe it makes me more of a man.
Well, didn't we have a discussion a couple nights ago about maybe it being more detached from the person than some other body parts? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a part that's furthest away from the person.
Oh, my God.
You can almost get him from the next room.
I'm not sure that was the reasoning, but all right.
Oh, that wasn't it? All right. Jerry's here from Survivor. We're going to take ourselves a little break, and then we'll be back. Loveline, everybody. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Jerri Manthey is our guest tonight. She is from Survivor. She spent, let's say, 27 days
in the Outback.
And what did when you got voted out, and you then went back to a hotel?
No, they had us put up in a ranch in the middle of the rainforest.
What? Was there as much food as you wanted to eat
we could
on
have
the ranch?
Anything we wanted, which was...
Did you get sick?
Oh, yeah. I got sick every day.
Vomiting sick.
Yeah. It was horrifying.
Did you go back and just eat a ton and then vomit?
Yeah, it was an uncontrollable situation. I remember sitting down my first day at the table, and the woman who runs the ranch made breakfast, and she made exactly what I wanted, I wanted French toast. So I ate like 3 pieces of French toast, and then she was like, oh, it's lunchtime, and she just like kept bringing food out. I sat there all day and ate.
And then you heaved?
And I thought I kind of thought I was losing my mind, too. I was like, why can I not stop eating?
That's colon eating disorder. Drew knows something about that.
Yeah.
There's help that you can get.
I've heard of these kinds of refeeding. They do studies of prisoners and things like that that have gone through these experiences.
Mm-hmm.
There are people out there that know how to manage that.
Yeah, they should have got those people.
They should have got those people.
Well, I mean, your impulse would be to eat everything in sight, but that's probably the worst thing you could do. You probably have to slowly acclimate yourself back into it.
Yeah, it's that the fluid and electrolytes need to be managed as you eat. You should have been like having blood tests and things.
It was out of control. And they in Australia they cook with fat and they use full cream and whole butter.
Right.
That might have been okay. But if you get past the bottom, your stomach is exposed to it.
It was pretty bad.
But certainly what you need was fatty acids. That's one of the things you probably lacked.
Robin?
Yes.
You're 27. What's up?
I just have a couple questions.
Right.
I have been a stripper now for like about 1.5 years, 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I just recently started getting into porn movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I was molested from like 6 until 16. And I mean, I drank. I used to drink like a whole lot. It was 21. And I went through like AA and all that stuff, which kind of forced me to deal with the molestation issues.
Yeah, but
it just came out in the form of sexuality later on.
I'm certain people in the program suggested you sort of think about new careers and things like that, right?
Actually, I wasn't dancing at the time. I mean, I've only been dancing for like 1.5 years.
Are you doing drugs again of any kind?
No, I am totally drug free, and at work I only drink maybe 1 or 2 drinks a night.
Okay, well that's not drug free, Ron. You're back in your disease.
What are you drinking? Those mini bottles of champagne that some idiot paid $18 for?
No, I don't work for drinks. I work for money.
But you're using again, and so this is all part of addiction. So sexual abuse plus addiction creates sexual addiction.
When I drink, I drink like one when I first get there.
Yeah.
Because, just to like loosen up and stuff. And a lot of times I drink like mixed drinks that don't have a lot of alcohol.
Listen, your drinking is not out of control just yet because you have all these other arousing experiences you're distracting yourself with. It's going to get going. It'll get going.
Actually, I don't even like sex a whole lot anymore.
Okay. Oh, we know that.
Yeah.
Well,
in fact, usually people in your condition hate men for participating with you in it.
Actually, I have so much fun with my customers. It's the whole flirtation. I mean, I give dances and I keep my top off, but my bottoms are on.
Yeah.
And if I get them in like our little private room and dance, I can make them ejaculate, and it's so much fun because it's like I'm in control.
Yeah.
But don't you see that that's just a reenactment of the old exploitation, except now you're in the power position, but men are still really exploiting you still.
Yeah, but at least now I have fun with it.
It's an illusion. It's a reenactment of the same old thing. It's an illusion.
All right, but Robin, you getting into porn movies now?
Yeah.
How many have you done?
I did one like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And I've done like a couple clips for other people. But now I'm just, because like one of my best friends is like really big into it. I mean, I live on the East Coast. We live on the East Coast, and she flies out to the West Coast like every week to do them. I mean, she's creating a really huge name.
Right.
But I mean, I'm just now starting to get into the business.
Okay, but you're calling because it sounds like maybe you're going down a path here that you don't want to go down.
I didn't know if the whole getting into the porn and all this other stuff was like a way of, because I listen to you guys all the time, like when I come home from work.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if it was like me trying to
Yes. Listen, it's all bad for you.
Yes, this is all that stuff, all that undealt with stuff.
Yeah, and you got to deal with this.
And you really didn't get into the program. You really didn't. If the fact that you can still use alcohol and not understand why that's such a violation of your programmatic principles.
I don't do it. I don't.
Listen, Robin, listen. You go to SA, okay? Go to Sex Addicts Anonymous. And stop drinking. Go to some program. Get a sponsor. Work the steps, and see if things don't start changing a little bit. If they don't, if you really want these things to change, you need to get some treatment. There's a place out here in Southern California called Delamo Treatment Center that deals very much with sexual addictions. They do a nice job.
I'm going to do some guest speaking there maybe next week. All right.
For the self-abuse profiles?
Yeah. She was a million miles away from reality.
I know.
And listen, this show has really ruined pornography for me. It really has, because I realize behind every movie is someone like Robin. She was molested for 10 years. She's strung out. She's screwed up. It's all I can do to watch porno twice a day now. I mean, and that's a good day. Sometimes I'm now down to like 1.5.
You know what? I believe you, too.
That he struggles, or he's watching that?
No, that I struggle emotionally.
He's cut back, but not by much.
Yes.
Twice a day? That's way back.
I shed more than it's here. Jerry is here from Survivor, and we'll be back. Loveline. I'm Adam, that's Drew. Jerri Manthey's our guest tonight. She is from Survivor, of course. And I was reading somewhere that you're doing something for Sports Illustrated. What is that?
Oh, yeah, I did a photo shoot with Alicia, the bodybuilder, for Sports Illustrated for Women.
Oh, they have a Sports Illustrated
for Women. Yeah, they just started the magazine. It's fairly new. And we did a really cool shoot down in Mexico. We spent like 3 days down there in the Sea of Cortez. And it's going to be a great spread. I can't wait to see it.
When does that come out?
I believe it's the July issue, so it should be coming out in June.
And The Young and the Restless, how's that going?
It went great. I had a one-day gig on that, and it airs Monday, Memorial Day.
And did you play you, or did you play a doctor? Or
I played Jerry from Survivor, which was very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they wrote the piece based on what they saw of me on the show, which, as people are getting to find out, is really not what I'm all about.
It made you bitchy?
It could have gone that way, but I actually chose to turn it into more of a likable character.
And what's the plan? I mean, you want to just continue with the acting, movies, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I've been focusing on my film career for about 4 years, and that's essentially where I want to end up, is just doing film.
Yeah, seems the easiest. Doesn't it?
What? No.
No?
No. Film is challenging.
He means in terms of hours working for money.
Yeah, no, listen, forget about challenging.
Labor-wise.
Yeah, acting is not challenging, but...
no, we're going to fight. You're going down for that. That is so not right.
It's like
so not right.
Either you can do it or you can't, and if you can do it, it's easy. But film, you work a few months out of the year... And, you know, if you do, like, The Young and the Restless every day, I mean, that's a bitch.
Yeah, soaps are a lot of work. They do, like, 70 pages a day.
You got to get up at 4 in the morning.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Go hang out all day.
It's a lot of work. But you know what? It's a great way to hone your craft. Because it's the closest thing you can get to theater on television.
Right. Yeah. Drew has a background in the theater. Singing opera, doing musicals, all that kind of stuff. He loves legitimate stage.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. What? Is there illegitimate stage? Is this Drew singing?
Oh, my God.
This is Drew.
Is it?
Yes?
Yeah, probably.
I think so.
I think that's so funny.
It's him doing a Memorex commercial.
This was on Ben Stein. Turn Ben Stein on.
Opera? Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
That's hardcore.
That's him right now.
That's funny.
Drew, what are you saying?
Yeah, do you know what you're saying?
You know,
You're just saying the words.
I could probably figure it out.
What is your character? What opera is this from?
It's André Chenier. It's like a corporal signing orders for send his people off to war kind of thing.
Yeah. And he's lamenting that?
Yes, yes.
They do a lot of lamenting in opera.
Yes, a lot of musing and lamenting and carrying on.
Here's my whole thing about opera. Can't they just lament without singing about it? Do they have to sing about every goddamn thing they're doing?
There wouldn't be opera.
No.
Well, actually,
all right. Okay, that's a good point. You see, I never really thought of it that way. I thought just lament on your own time.
Yeah.
You're right, there wouldn't be no opera.
No.
Jerry makes a very valid point. Eric?
Yeah?
You're 18.
My question was, how do you get the morning after pill? That's basically it.
What city are you calling from?
LA.
And how long ago was the sexual encounter?
Yesterday.
Okay, so you know...
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood, I think, is the best place to go, I agree.
Planned Parenthood?
Yeah. I'm actually going to Planned Parenthood speaking in San Diego tomorrow, the big Planned Parenthood organization there, but... yeah, they definitely can get it. You can get it from an emergency room. Your doctor can get it for you. It's something that I believe every woman of childbearing age, I know you don't like the idea of being on hormones, but it's something that can prevent a pregnancy. And even if you're not on the pill, it's something that if an accident happens, you've got that as a fallback position.
But I hear you guys talk about Planned Parenthood right all the time.
Yep.
Yeah,
good.
It's a great service for women.
Because I just imagine like some building like Toys R Us or something, you know. But like, what is it exactly though?
No, that's what it is. It's Toys R Us, but with birth control and abortion apparatus. It's the same thing.
It's free.
It can be free.
Yeah.
And some
I got a big giraffe as a mascot. It's great.
But you can get the morning after pill pretty easily there.
Yes, and use protection next time, would you, Screwball?
But listen, he's thinking about it right. And again, morning after pill, we're not talking about the abortion pill. We're talking about a pill that suppresses the egg from being released, so there's no... When I was on Politically Incorrect, we had Congresswoman Sanchez from Orange County on, and I was talking about this morning after pill thing. I was telling her, look, this is your issue, and she agreed. She was kind of aware of stuff. Yeah. And I said, the people that are lining up against you, they don't want... the reality is they've taken aim at the morning after pill, but they just don't want contraception. She said, we know that.
Oh, really?
They don't. They are pro-birth, not anti-abortion.
Right.
And that any of that stuff, which we sort of heard from the Right to Life group that came up here and spoke a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
That they wanted to get rid of birth control altogether.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
which is what
stupid.
When I say at least that's logical and consistent, because to take aim at the morning after pill is to take aim at all contraception. People just don't understand that that's what they're doing.
But as we've learned from living on this planet, anybody who picks up the torch and fights too hard for any cause is a nut job. The PETA people are whacked out. You know, they don't want the guy to drink his milk in Victory Circle at the Indy 500 because now, the latest thing.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. No, because it's now a racist thing because blacks and Hispanics are lactose intolerant and all.
What?
Let me tell you, please, let me just give a word of advice to all people involved with any causes. Please stick to the cause and try not to fray too far to get to the outer fringes where everyone labels you nutcases. Because this is what PETA does, this is what GLAAD will do, this is what the NRA does, this is what all groups do. They start off with a semi-sound, insane sort of agenda.
Yeah.
The NRA says, look, we don't want guns taken away from law-abiding taxpayers who want to protect their home and families. You go, oh, all right, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
And then some guy wants to put some legislation forward that outlaws 50-round banana clips and AK-47s, and they're dead set against it. Now you go, okay, nut job. Next, who's next? Then PETA says, we don't like the idea of them testing harsh chemicals on the eyes of laboratory animals and rabbits and torturing lab animals and mutilating cows and blah, blah, blah. And you go, yeah, all right, I'm on board with that. Then they go into the guy drinking milk at the winter circle with the Latinos who are lactose intolerant. You go, nut job. Next. And then the next guy comes along, and it's the same thing with these pro-life nut jobs. Abortion is bad. All right, we'll agree to that. Somebody comes along with a pill that's going to seemingly limit abortions now. They're against that. Nut job next. They're all whack jobs. And the reason they're in the group is because they're nuts. And they're not in it for the cause. They're in it to write letters. They're in it to complain. They're in it because they have some kind of cry that's inside of them, that this is somehow...
attention,
yes,
maybe.
and the world becomes a big play that they cast.
I have learned that people tend to be media whores.
Oh, yes.
I have seen it happen to people from this show. And
people from your cast.
Yeah, well, it stems even into their families. Like,
oh, wow.
You know, their families get wrapped up in the media process.
Oh, yeah. Well, Drew's family's the same with him.
It's frightening what people will do for attention.
Yeah, and it usually has nothing to do with whatever it is they're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what they all end up becoming? They all end up becoming sort of televangelists. Up there, yapping, fire and brimstone, thumping the Bible, banging their secretary in the back of the church. That's right. Jerry?
Yeah.
You're 22. Yes, man, Jerry. Go ahead.
Yeah, the male Jerry. Good evening, Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
And say hi to girl Jerry.
Well, my question is for her, so...
okay, go ahead.
Oh, cool.
My question, Jerry, for you was, on the show, Amber, our impression of Amber was that she was basically your puppy dog. She followed whatever you said. She followed, your ideas for, alliances, stuff like that. Did you manipulate her on purpose to do that, or did that just kind of happen on its own?
I did not manipulate her at all. She just befriended me because I kind of took her under my wing, and she was...
But see, to us it seemed that it was more than just a friendship. It seemed like she really looked up to you, and she was just always there for you, always listening to you, and just always said, sure, whatever you say, Jerry, whatever you want.
Well, again, I was the proactive leader at times, and it was her strategy, possibly, just to stay as close to me as she could, because she saw me as someone who was going to go far in the game. Mm-hmm. But I never manipulated her, and she was like my little sister out there. We had...
Call her Jerry?
Yes.
Yeah, Jerry told us that she manipulated her intentionally during the break.
I expected that. She was
laughing and blowing cigar smoke the whole time.
Can I ask you if she manipulated anyone at all? I mean, do you feel like you play with anyone's mind?
No.
No?
No, I didn't. That wasn't my game. I was all about being honest.
Why not? Isn't that part of the game?
If you make it part of the game, yeah. But for me, it was about being honest with people. And it pissed some people off, and other people, stuck with me.
But did you have a strategy going in? I mean, did you study, for instance, the other Survivor tapes of the other episodes, the previous season? And did you think, okay, this is a good idea, or was it day by day?
Well, my original strategy was just to create an alliance as quickly and as aggressively as I could before anybody beat me to the punch. Mm-hmm. And once I did that, then there's other things that happen that make you have to reshape and reformulate your plan. Mm-hmm. So from that initial strategy and achieving that goal, I had to work on a daily basis.
Who was in your alliance?
I approached Mitchell first. Then we approached Colby, Tina, and Amber, because we needed 5 to be a majority.
I was just picturing myself on Survivor, day 29, not remembering 3 of the guys' names. Like, hey guys, hey dude, come here, help me with this lean-to, and bring what's his nose with it. Hey, Beard, Rice Boy, let's go over here.
It did take a while to learn everyone's name. It was like a good 4 or 5 days where we're all going.
Did they have name? They should have name tags. Why not? Why make it more difficult?
It was a nice art project for a day.
Sure, you're depleted of
your name on a grain of rice.
Yeah, you can't remember. Keith?
Yeah.
You're 33?
You got it.
What's up?
Wow,
hey, you guys first are doing a great show. Adam, I've got more of a request of you than a question.
All right.
All right. I know that you sprung from the womb of construction. You've done your fair share of manual and skilled labor, and you are, in fact, a bona fide millionaire.
Yes, I'm literally a millionaire. Literally.
Nice.
But to use a couple of your words, lay off the junior colleges, you screwball.
Oh.
Why?
Because you regularly trash them on the air, and there's a ton of kids out there that take a lot of stock in what you say.
That's right. I'm trying to steer them clear of that abode of the damned known as junior college.
Right. I'm going to give you 3 quick, brief examples of how they can still achieve their goals through junior colleges.
All right.
Well, they usually go on to 4-year colleges quickly.
Well, one that didn't go on to 4-year colleges quickly. My mother went through nursing school in the 70s, got an AA and an RN in nursing. Late 30s, she went back to UNLV, did a couple years of prereqs for med school, got accepted at 42, matriculated at University of Nevada, Reno from 42 to 46, and is now an OBGYN.
Hold on, I can't write this fast. Keep going.
But I think your point is well taken, Keith, which is that people that may not have funds or have had training,
economic reasons,
access, maybe some.
Exactly.
Something happened in their life where they didn't get prepared for colleges. So
once in a while, the stars align and somebody actually graduates. Yes, I will not argue with you.
We're talking my nuclear family. My fiance, my mother, and myself as an example.
Yeah.
My fiance went to a junior college in the East Bay area, then transferred to Cal. She graduated 4.0 plus, summa cum laude, and walked over into Boltall.
Okay.
The other thing, Keith, is that junior colleges in the East Coast are actually prestigious in the East.
Yes, those I've not checked out personally.
They're not the hacky-sack, pot-smoking, power bar ingesting.
High school for surfing.
High school with ashtrays. Look, here's the deal. I'm never going to argue that no one has graduated or got anything from a junior college. The percentage, the batting average is dreadful. I would say for every 500 people that pass through the doors, one guy walks out and goes off to another 4-year university. Here's the reason. If you ain't cutting it in high school, you're not going to cut it in junior college because it's high school, except for you don't have to show up. I think we turn all these things into labor camps or prisons and really start getting our money back. They already got the fence around them. They're constructed much like prisons, many of them. It's just a big waste of time. Just everyone should go to work who's not going to college. Who are you kidding? People waste. I have friends that are still in junior college. They're literally in their 17th, 18th year of junior college.
Get out.
Yeah, I swear to Christ. I went to LA Valley Junior College for like 20 minutes, and I just realized, look, you know, the whole reason you weren't cutting it in high school is you brought the same brain to this place, and you're not cutting it here. I just think people should go out and get a job or go to regular college. It's just a waste of time, let's face it. Thank you. And Drew hates them, too. Thank you very much, Drew. One day I'm going to find out how much money we waste on these so-called institutions of learning, and then I'm really going to be outraged. Danielle?
Hi.
You're 22.
Yes.
What's up?
I read in a book not too long ago that when your boyfriend or husband or whatever is performing oral sex on you and he blows air up there, it can get into your bloodstream and it can kill you.
Right.
What book were you reading?
This is junior college.
God.
What book were you reading?
You go to junior college?
I used to.
There you go. That's what this is what we're putting out.
What book were you reading?
It wasn't mine. It was my friend's when she was pregnant. It was called
How to Kill Your Mate Through Oral Sex.
No.
Good God.
When you're expecting.
It was not in that book, was it?
Yeah, it was, and
I interviewed that authoress.
It kind of freaked me out because sometimes.
Well, here's the deal. There actually has been a reported case of that, believe it or not. And
really?
Yes, and there is access to. If under significant pressure, if somebody really blew in there hard, and enough air got into the venous system, the veins near the ligaments of the uterus, there is a possibility that could go to the lungs and cause an air embolus. It has happened, but in the entire history of humanity, it's probably happened once.
Okay, because my boyfriend.
It ain't going to happen again.
Okay, he doesn't do that, but sometimes when we're having sex, air will just start.
Yeah, that's fine, Danielle. That's normal. Do not worry. People would be dropping dead all over the place if that any little air made any difference.
Queef.
Yeah.
I think that's what you
Yes.
You'd be like a serial killer in college, Drew. How much women you got. Danielle?
Yeah?
All right. And what happened after junior college?
I started working full-time, and so I didn't have a chance to go back.
Right. Never graduated, right?
No.
All right. Well, you can go back. No, that's fine. All right, baby.
All right, thank you.
Relax. Good times. There you go.
Oh, my God. That is totally bizarre.
Yeah, that could happen. I mean, but you really got to go like trying to, you know the strongman competitions.
Tires.
Yeah, they blow up the hot water bottle.
Yeah, right.
That kind of move.
Yeah.
I miss, by the way, there used to be like strongman displays where they take the hot water bottle and they blow it up, pop that, take the telephone book, rip it in half. Robert, you never saw that, Jerry?
No. I guess I haven't lived.
I had a couple questions for Jerry. The first one was, what would be your ideal acting role as of right now? What are you looking for?
Wow. Well, I mean, I definitely would prefer to work in film. I think
easier.
It's quite challenging.
That's so much easier though, just from the hours. Easy.
Wow. I think people actually are getting ready to see me play the villain in something. So I think I'd almost like to play the exact opposite of that and throw everyone off.
That's good. Good luck on that. And also,
thank you.
I was wondering if you ever were tempted to do a Susan Hawk type snake and rat with Jerry. Everyone was looking forward to it.
Yeah.
You were going to do it.
Well, I have a little more class than that. I think what Susan did was completely unnecessary and uncalled for.
What did she do?
She got up in front of everyone and belittled the last
Kelly,
people.
Right?
Yeah.
Remember we had Kelly up here. Remember Kelly Wigglesworth? The rafting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got up and said, you're a slime bucket. You're lower than a rat's ass.
If you were dying of thirst, I wouldn't give you a drink of water. It was just...
Kelly said that?
No.
They said Susan said it about... Just about Kelly. Why just about Kelly?
Susan, yeah.
Susan, the truck driver.
Yeah.
Right.
Because she felt, it wasn't apparent to me that actually had happened, that Kelly had violated some trust or something. I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, but I mean, she was ready to backstab her in the same sentence. Yeah. So,
it was just weird acting.
I was never tempted to do that, no matter how angry I got at everyone out there, no matter how betrayed I felt.
Mm-hmm.
I got class.
Right.
I agree.
All right. Interesting that there's been 2, chick and a gay guy have won so far. So it's like chick and a half. There's one, but no guys. No dudes,
men.
No bros. Interesting.
That's why we
explored that.
That's why we brought the boot camp around.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I wonder if this is geared more toward a feminine mindset.
Survivor?
Yeah. Maybe not all the physical aspects of it, but the strategy aspect of it.
I don't know. I mean, I think it goes against everything female. But it's not nurturing.
Right,
it's not kind.
But let me offer this up. Guys are a-holes. They're pretty readable. But don't you think women, in general, growing up, do just a little more, they're a little more cliquish, and they have their friends in high school, and they talk about
Let
that.
me just tell you,
there's a little more of a mind for that.
I'm watching my daughter, since kindergarten, that stuff goes on.
Yeah.
The boys could not care.
Yeah, you guys want to play sports and hang out and fart on each other, right?
Each other and play kickball at lunch, and that's it.
But their mind isn't working in terms of, like, who's dating who, what they can do about it.
I mean, I definitely agree. Women are a much more difficult sex to deal with, even as a woman.
I'm just saying they may have a mind for that kind of strategy.
Social intrigue.
Social strategy more than
you might have
guys.
a point there. I never really thought about that.
It'd be interesting if this show went on for 10 years to figure, to
see the
sit back
pattern
and look at the sexes that won. I'm guessing just chicks and gays.
You know what?
That's where the smart money is.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Thank you. We'll take ourselves a little break, and we'll be back.
This is Pamela Lee, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Jerri Manthey is our guest tonight. She, of course, is from Survivor, and find her in Sports Illustrated, the woman's version of Sports Illustrated, out in June. In July's issue, Young and the Restless on Memorial Day. Is it?
Yeah.
Yes. And maybe Playboy. Maybe
Possibly.
Not. Never know. If the money's right. But it's not for the money. But if the money's right, you'll see her there. Shannon?
Yeah?
You're 20?
Yeah.
What's up?
Hi, I had a question for Jerry.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a question about Deb.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, everybody found out that she was going to marry her son-in-law. Did you guys know that, like, while she was on the island?
What is this now?
She was going to marry her son-in-law.
Her stepson.
What? Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
She was married to
I
a
thought she
man
did
for
do it.
20 years, and he died, and she fell in love with his son.
Which one is Deb?
She was the very first one kicked off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and she has probably been more tortured by the tabloids than anybody else.
Really?
Because of her situation.
Yeah, everybody, it seemed on, like, the last show, like, everybody felt sorry for her, but, do you feel sorry for her that, she's going to marry her, like, stepson?
Well, I know she's technically not going to marry him because legally there's some issues.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's, you know what?
There is?
It sounds a little, there's something, I'm not sure. But, it is a little bit strange to me, but I'm not judging her for it because obviously this man makes her very happy, and apparently when she was married to his dad, there was no son-mother relationship. Like, they weren't around each other.
Yeah, well, that does make a big difference. Listen, you should feel sorry for him, not her. I'd like to get a hold of this guy and have a little conversation with him. Well, think about the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You can make an argument for her being whacked out, but this dude is, 31, she's 55, or what's going on? What are the age differences?
I think he's like 35 and she's like 40, something like that. It's not that extreme.
Nah. It sounded better when I did my age thing, though. It was worse. I'd still like to talk to him. You think this is what Dad wanted? Dad down in hell looking up at you. They never say it that way. What?
Yeah.
He actually said in an interview, he said, my dad would want for us both to be happy.
Yeah. They always do that one. They always do that.
Yeah. Go ahead, son. See you in hell.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'll have this cot all soaked with gasoline and just be waiting for you when you come on down.
You know what, though? I have a lot of sympathy for her just because of the things she's been through. And she has stood up for me left and right. And
really?
Yeah, she's a wonderful, wonderful person.
Wow.
You only knew her for, like, one day on the show.
Yeah.
Well, she starts standing up for you, though.
Yeah.
That makes a difference. Why is she standing up for you?
Because she understands what it's like to be completely ripped apart by the tabloids, as well as being called all kinds of names that are unnecessary.
I was thinking when you were talking about the tabloids, and, maybe this sounds naive, but I don't know what's going on out in the world, really.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just
not read it?
Not paying attention
that's
to
what
it?
I was wondering.
Yeah, except when you go to the grocery store and you find yourself looking at yourself in the magazine and some huge, title says, Jerry eats men alive sexually, or Jerry has sizzling sex diaries that were found.
You gotta remember, we don't know about our stuff. We don't read good or bad. You know what I mean?
It's nice if you don't read good or bad. Listen, if I saw a huge picture of myself at the supermarket, I might be tempted to pick this.
But you wouldn't.
You could try and hide from it, but like I said, you go to the grocery store, you look over, and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah. You don't have the genetic predisposition to ignoring your own crap that Drew and I have. I'll tell you one of my dad's favorite.
I found it entertaining after a certain point.
Oh well, if you don't mind. One of my favorite dad stories is I was at a grocery market with my dad. He was checking out the magazines while I was paying for some groceries. He was just killing time. He picked up a magazine that had it said like interview with Adam Carolla from Loveline on the cover. He picked it up. I saw him looking at it, and he was looking at it for a few minutes, and he was kind of examining it. I could tell he saw my name on there, and he was kind of looking at it. He looked for a couple beats, and then he slid it back. And then he turned back around, and he said, "Yeah, we ready to roll?" And I said, "Dad, you notice the magazine with my name on it?" And he said, "Yeah, that's you, all right." I said, "Yeah."
And that was it?
Didn't feel any kind of compulsion to crack it open and have a look-see.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Nope. That's a genetic, and I have
That's the
I have those
Carolla
kind of genetics. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's very good. Oh, Drew has them too. Drew comes. First off, Drew has been in a movie or two. Has not seen any of them. Does not even know the title of the. What was that movie we were in with Brooke Shields?
Are you serious?
I am dead serious.
Were these movies that you auditioned for?
No, we were asked to do.
Well, there you go. That's why. If it was a challenge to get in it, you would have definitely been.
I don't think he would have done that either.
Well, yeah, if it's something you really sought out, you'd want to be part of it.
It's part of your job as an actor to watch.
We didn't know what the hell we were doing when the film was rolling, when the camera's rolling. Like, what is this again? What the hell? What do you want to see? Remember that?
Oh my God!
Right.
Were you playing yourself?
After Sex? After Sex is a Brooke Shields movie or something. I don't even know. But let me tell you, Drew, real fast, everybody. Drew will come in here, do this show from 10 to midnight, and will be on Politically Incorrect that night and not say a goddamn word about it the entire 2 hours of the show. And it has nothing to do with modesty. I don't think he remembers. Doesn't think the plot.
You're unaffected.
He's thick. It's like a cigar store Indian. He's wooden. He has no feelings. Hollow.
I don't believe that.
Wicker man. Nothing inside.
He's married. He can't be hollow.
Empty, hollow shell. The broken down shell of a man. That's true.
Aww.
Every nerve ending has been cauterized. He has no pulse. He has no feelings. Ice water in his veins, if in fact he has veins at all.
Are you gonna sit there and take that?
No, I'm just trying to think how much of that is accurate.
Oh my God!
I'm just trying to think what it is that makes me not think about that stuff. I have great disdain for people that self-promote. I don't like that.
Horrible low self-esteem.
And low self-esteem. Both of us have low self-esteem, which is very helpful.
That's why we work well together.
Yeah, we work beautifully together. and then just sort of that's my job kind of feeling. You know what I mean? Like
you're just not that interested in yourself, quite frankly.
Yeah,
you find yourself boring, as most do. Yeah. Bob.
Oh.
Yeah. No, he's no big deal. He's not. Drew, hey, how about a warm-up on the coffee?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes,
I'll handle the calls. What's going on, Bob? You're 24.
Hey, Adam, what's up? You're my idol, dude.
Thank you. Yes, I know, yes.
Yeah. I just wanted to say that, first of all, I'm not gay.
Oh, remind us, hang on a second. We got to thank Diamond Limousine.
That's right. Diamond Limousine.
As long as I'm kissing ass.
why does him not being gay have to do with
I was just
Diamond
thinking about
Limousine?
kissing ass.
I wanted to talk about the
Hold on, Bob. Hold on a second.
Bob.
You're gay.
Hush that gay mouth of yours for 1 second. I want to thank Diamond Limo for bringing Jerry out here. Was everything in order? They treated you right?
Thank you, Diamond Limos.
Okay. Now, go ahead, Bob.
All right.
You were saying you were gay?
That his girlfriend wanted to stick something up his butt.
Right.
Yeah.
I've actually tried that before.
Good time.
I've tried like putting a dildo in my butt and a vibrator.
Was the girl there?
No girl involved. I got the idea off of a like masturbation news group like 5 or 6 years ago, and I got this crazy idea to try it.
Hold on a second. Off what?
A news group like the internet.
It's like a book club? This is a masturbation club?
Yeah, alt sex masturbation. Like Usenet. Now
101 ways to get off.
Wow.
That's making sense to you.
Anyway, so I
stopped listening.
And it does actually create an effect that enhances orgasm.
You masturbate while you do this?
Yeah, you masturbate while you're doing that.
What position would you then be in?
You sort of you have to sort of sit on your knees.
Right.
Like kneel down, and then you hold it with one hand, holding the front with the other hand.
Right, but isn't working
the visual on that is
working that butter churn in your ass and whacking off? Isn't that a lot like patting your head and rubbing your stomach? I mean,
challenging.
I would find that challenging.
Anything else, Bob?
So there was a slight extra stimulation there.
That's good. That's good.
The main problem is that it's kind of messy. You don't really want to.
Right. It's a little bit of effort for a minor improvement, and it's in something that already is sort of about as good as it gets. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But let me explain how a lot of guys look at sex and or masturbating. You take these these race cars.
It's a car, yeah.
You see?
That's exactly the right analogy.
And they put them in a wind tunnel. Yeah. They will spend $1 million for every 2 miles an hour they pick up on the track and extra G of downforce.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because they're that highly conditioned.
And every male deals with his masturbatory
he tries to find the ultimate
experience.
We're all looking for that masturbatory edge. I think I found mine in high school. I don't want to talk about it on the air. I'm scared the competition is nipping at my heels, Drew. Drew, you want to talk to someone before we go to break?
This is a good one to go to break with.
Really?
You gotta taste this one.
Okay. Sarah?
Yeah, hi.
You're 19?
Yeah, hi, Adam.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey, what's happening?
Oh, I've been trying to call you guys forever. Okay. I have been seeing women, being with women and everything, and, like, I want to tell my dad. I want him to know because he knows, like, everything about me, but...
Are you living with your dad?
No, I live alone.
How do you think your dad would react to this?
Well, he's a minister.
What does that mean?
He's a preacher.
But what I mean...
He would not... I really don't know how he'd react with it. Like, I told him other things, but he didn't really...
What other things?
Yeah, like what?
Huh?
What other things?
About... stuff that, I guess... Well, I told him when I got my nipples pierced. I told him my dad.
All right. Yeah. Payback time, preacher.
Yeah. What did was dad kind of physically abusive with you or something?
No. Well, when I was little, he just wasn't around. He was married to somebody else. And my mom says he was abusive, but I was too young to remember.
All right.
Well, all right.
Keep paying him back.
Yeah, it's payback time.
Hey, you know, it's good. You're lesbian?
Huh? I guess.
All right. See, find yourself a black chick. He'll probably...
I don't...
You're white, right? Are you white, Sarah?
Yeah.
Don't you think a black chick would piss him off even more?
It probably would.
Yeah, all right. Go get a black chick. A big one.
Do that.
A big husky one.
Oh, my God.
All right? Her name like lasagna or something.
I remember that one.
Yeah, do that.
Me and my boss at work we call each other spaghetti and meatballs because of that.
Go get a big husky black chick and really send him through the roof. Okay?
Okay.
All right, and that'll make you feel better.
I can't do that, though.
Oh, you can't?
I can't do that because of me. I wouldn't be able to.
You're not into that?
No.
Even though she's willing to do it, even though she's not into it, if you really get back at dad, she's willing to go there.
I'm telling you, you may not be into that, but even if you're not, it would really do a number on your dad.
Well, I don't even know if I really, I like women and everything, but...
Well, look, whether you like women or not is not important. You got to tell your dad you're a lesbian.
I just don't like men at all. I hate men. They're
all right, so it's process of elimination.
Just remember, the one thing I would say, though, is that the extent that you have difficulty perceiving reality, it's usually the issues of the past coming to bear in the present. All men are not hateful.
Well, every man that I've ever,
I understand that's how you experience it, but just beware. Just beware that...
not that Kobe, though, I'll tell you.
The experience of the past coming to bear in the present distort reality a little bit. Not that you shouldn't be a lesbian, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying to be hateful of a whole gender suggests a little something.
Yeah, there's some really wonderful men out there.
I mean, I just don't like to have a relationship, with a man.
That's fine.
Do you have any male friends?
Just my best friend is a man.
Right.
Oh, okay, good.
And I don't have many girlfriends.
Gay. He's gay?
No, he's not.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there's a good straight guy.
Well, I don't know.
She hates him, too.
Huh?
You hate him, too.
No, I love him to death. He's my best friend, but it just wouldn't...
We're not saying you should test your sexual orientation. We're not saying that. We're just saying that hatred may be a little bit overdone.
I'm just really wary of him, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, well, Dad wore you down long ago.
Sarah,
it wasn't really my dad that did it to me. It was other people.
Listen, any guy you're going to choose is going to be a bad guy at this point in your life anyway, so it's not going to be a coincidence, when you say that every guy you've been with has been an a-hole. Of course, you chose them, and you're not in a position to choose anyone who's not an a-hole at this point in your life.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, everyone, please stop acting out constantly. Your life's just become one big acting class. Just stop it. Just look, you're pissed at Dad or you're pissed at stepdad or whoever did what to you. Fine. Get some help. Get some therapy. You're an adult now. Read a book. Work it out. Stop just acting out. Okay. We'll be back. Loveline, everybody. Jerry is here from Survivor, and so is Adam and Dr. Drew, who have no interest in doing a show like that. I would fold like a card table.
Taco.
Like a taco immediately. And
it's not for everyone.
No, and you know,
really not.
You know the thing. Every time, ironically, the show's on at 8 o'clock. And most people just finish dinner, sit down, and watch it. And you know, when you're full, it's like, honey, quit complaining about the rice. You'll be fine. You know, but I'll tell you, just skip breakfast and lunch that next day and see what kind of mood you're in.
That's what I would tell people.
Well, and people don't realize.
And don't sleep either. Like, don't sleep for the whole night. Wake up.
Freeze.
Yeah, I'll tell you, in terms of mood, sleep deprivation and food are probably in the top 3 or 4 of things that will alter your mood for the worst.
Yeah.
And it's basically if your fuse was 5 feet long with a full belly and 8 hours sleep, it gets down to 6 inches long.
Yeah.
With no
lucky.
sleep and no food. And I do sympathize. Maggie?
Hey guys, hey Jerry, how are you?
Hello.
Okay, first of all, I just want to say that I really respect that you aren't afraid to speak your mind and be 100% honest. I think that shows a real sign of strength. And
thank you.
Okay, my question was, I was wondering if you were surprised at all when your alliance turned against you and voted you off. I mean, did you see it coming, or were you just like, oh my God, I can't believe they did this to me?
I actually did sense it coming because that morning I had a little bit of an outburst.
Oh, right.
And there's a certain dynamic that changes when you're about ready to get voted off, because I did it to other people as well. You start to distance yourself from them, and the person will walk up when you're in the middle of a conversation talking about them, and the place kind of goes silent. And I just kept sensing those things happening to me all day, so I saw it coming.
Yeah.
And I told Amber, I was like, I don't think I'm going to come back tonight. Please make sure someone gets my bongo drum to me.
Wow.
Yeah. No going back to the camp to get the bongo.
No. I had to get one of the producers to give it to me.
Could you have brought the bongo drum with you to the fireside chat?
Well, the hike there was so grueling and dangerous that...
Really?
Yeah, carrying a bongo drum.
You don't really get that feeling watching it. How long is the hike?
Well, they would drop us off at the top of this canyon, and then we'd hike across these rocks. It took like 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was probably the scariest part.
Why, was the heights, or?
Yeah, there was rocks that if they were even slightly slippery, it was like walking on ice. And then if you slipped and fell, you'd fall into some rapids and get dumped over a huge waterfall. I mean, you really begin to feel like they're just hoping something dangerous happens because it would make it more interesting.
Did you and do you have the feeling that, like we were talking about this earlier, about them not having doctors, present when you were voted off and went back into civilization, for lack of a better term? Do you have the feeling that they wanted something spectacular to happen, that would have been, even bigger ratings for them, and that everyone had signed off and they had no legal obligation to the person?
Well, there were medics.
Not that they wanted someone to die, but that for ratings, if someone took a spill down a hill... and
it can only help ratings if someone...
Well, how about the guy who fell in the fire?
Yeah.
Who fell in that fire?
This guy, Mike Scoopin.
Yeah.
No, there were medics there.
He seemed like a decent guy. Why did he get booted off?
He burned.
He burned in there. He couldn't come back. That's right.
He got airlifted off.
Yeah, I saw him get airlifted off, but then I didn't know. I couldn't remember if he came back or not.
No.
There's the problem with that show. All the guys growing beards, they just turn into one big white guy with a beard. They all look like Santa to me.
God. That's your issue with the show?
Yes. Too many beers.
You would have, let me ask you a question. Would it bother you if you were dating a girl and she didn't shave her legs for a couple of weeks?
Oh, yeah. Our pubic area, leg, armpits. Yeah, you couldn't get at all that stuff,
No. It was, for me, it was an issue. It bugged me.
But you didn't really show up on camera, did it?
No, it didn't. It really didn't. Thank God. Because everyone else had, like, really fine baby blonde hair.
Right.
Did you guys wax, like, before the show?
We could have, yeah. I know some people did. But that's something that you have to kind of prepare for.
Even though it's a month in here.
I mean, the waxing, that would come back, too. All right, Maggie. You good?
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's talk to Brad over here, who's 19.
Hello?
Brad.
Yeah, hey, what's up?
What's up?
Hi, Dr. Drew. Hi, Adam. Hi, Jerry. How are you?
Hello.
You're gay. What's up, Brad?
Yeah, I'm very gay.
Sure, stop that.
This is my issue. When I was 14 years old, I started modeling as a male model, and I moved to New York. And I was working for a really reputable agency, and my agent, when I was younger, I had long hair, and everyone thought I was a girl. And my agent booked me for a job, and at the job, they ended up having me model as a woman instead of a guy. And my agent saw that I was getting more work as a woman than I was getting work as a guy.
Wow.
So I started working as a female model.
Oh, my God.
My whole portfolio, all my comp cards were done as a woman.
Wow.
And a lot of clients did not even know that I was a man. Because I pulled off everything.
What was your name as a woman?
Well, I'm not going to say my name because my name is the same name as my real name. But what the deal is I actually quit modeling about a year ago. Now I live in San Francisco, and I still dress up as a woman all the time because I'm really, really, really drop dead gorgeous as a woman. But what the issue is there was just a competition about 8 months ago. It's top 10 female illusionists out of the entire world. It's a big competition. It's called Miss Continental or Model Search 2000, and they bring female illusionists from all over the world. And they compete and they represent their country.
Hold on. When you say illusionist, see, I thought you were talking about magic.
That's what I thought.
No. I mean female illusionists meaning
female impersonators.
We're not drag queens. We're female impersonators.
Yeah.
So we all competed, and I actually won first place. And I also won 2 additional awards: Miss Photogenic and Best for Runway.
How proud were your parents?
Actually, my dad was there, my grandmother was there, and they're actually very proud.
Interesting.
But my mother doesn't know I'm gay. And she doesn't know I do that.
So what is the question, Brad?
If she was at Mr. Illusion 2000, she probably has an inkling that something may be up.
Well, she wasn't there. So it is. But my point now is now that I've gotten some type of recognition that, yes, I am a beautiful woman, and I feel that I'm a lot more attractive as a woman than I am as a guy. As a guy, I'm just this average skinny...
I'm not gay, but I'd like to F the hell out of Brandt, just based on his own recommendations.
So what's the question, Brad?
So what the question is I have some friends that I actually got to know through the show that actually competed, and they're now transsexuals, which means they were born as women, they took hormones for a year, then they had the complete sex.
We got it.
Now, I'm not interested in having my dick cut off and turn into a vagina.
Thank you.
What I'm interested in, though, is living part of my life as a woman because I feel that I'm much more attractive.
I see. All right. Listen, we got to take a break. Here's my thing. Brad is a mess. Brad, stop worrying about why you're so good-looking or how you can be so good-looking as one gender or another.
Pick a gender.
Stop basing your life on what you look like. Just pick the gender you like and be it.
And he could have breast implants that could be undone if he wanted to go down that path without being a transgender.
Listen, get some therapy.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the dress.
I didn't catch the question.
Who cares?
That's our version. When we get screwed over, we don't notice it.
Thank you.
Because you don't pay attention.
That's right. We don't care.
Giving Jerry a little lesson in life off the air. All right. Jerry, thanks a lot for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
It was nice to meet you.
I've had a lot of fun here tonight, thanks.
Welcome.
I've learned some interesting bits of trivia.
Well, thank
about
you.
Adam and his porn collection?
Yeah, and things, what happens if you blow into someone's vagina.
That's right.
Yeah.
So if you're planning to do that, hold off.
And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
I didn't catch the question.
Who cares?
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this